Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Limitless Gaming Esports for Monday's Limitless One's United States Grand Prix. We now have our new champion-elect. It's Stinos 96. He just claimed that about 5 to 10 minutes ago in the sprint, getting himself 10 points. He only needed 2, so he is most likely going to comfortably win the title this season, and as we said a few moments ago, well deserved. So of course I'm still with Isaac, and we need to have a little look at the tyres, my friend. Chemjazz is on the hards in 6th place. He said he was going to do it earlier on. I thought I'd keep it a little secret for him, and he has come up with the goods on that one.
It's really interesting. Should be an interesting strategy. It's going to be interesting to see what I can do on. There's how tries to start the race.
It's interesting in the top 4, I must admit, with well, top 5 actually, just all of them on every place down. It goes, you know, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium. So it's just going to be interesting to see what happens with those 5 at the start, and then just got a nice little mix in this midfield.
Yeah, you're right, traction off the line on the soft will be much better, so we could have some battles into turn 1 hopefully.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. We just got to wait for the final drivers to finish the formation lap. Of course, no formation lap in the sprint. I almost forgot about that one. So there you go. There is your tyres, your tyre starters. I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry, I'm absolutely exhausted. So if I just sound like an absolute idiot tonight, I do apologise. So those are the tyres that everyone is starting on. Stinos, our new champion, is on the front row, on the pole position, with Crossfires alongside him. We've seen that duo quite a lot this season at the start of Grand Prix, and once again in round 18. We're just waiting for Kid Smoke to get on the grid. We got 3, 4, 5 red lights for the United States Grand Prix, and we're away for Monday's Limitless 1. And Crossfires on those softs has got a good getaway, but is it good enough to go into first place? We've got the Mercedes on the inside as well, the two of them going side by side. We've got other drivers in the background getting ever so close together. We've got the Alpine going wide of Stinos, the new champion is down into 3rd place. The two soft runners did get a good start there and got the best start that they would have wanted, and Chemjazz is still holding on to that 6th place. Oh, was that a big mistake? That it was. Commentator's curse. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I just saw him just lose the traction there. We've got an incident with Merv, and was that maybe Zayek as well, who got involved with was involved in that one. And it looks like the Red Bull is going to try and get past the AlphaTauri of Waitsy. We've got Kid Smoke though on the inside of Zayek as we go into turn 12, ever so close together. We've got another yellow flag in the middle sector. And there's your tyre strategies, either a 1-stop or a 2-stop. I'd imagine the 1-stop is going to be the more desirable of the stops. We've got a driver going down. It's Trunders. It's a big crash. And Trunders is down into 14th place. And got wing damage as well. I think we're going to have a few drivers in the pits on lap 1. Crossfires gets our 2nd lap underway as we go into turn 1. And we've got Waitsy and Kid Smoke side by side through turn 3. We've got Zayek behind them as well. And James is at the back of the queue as we've got Merv and Trunders in the pits. Chemjazz, I think, actually got away with no damage there, amazingly. You still with us, Isaac?
Yeah, James has made a good move going up the has made a good move going up the hill, and he's got past weight, so he's gone into the back end.
And we're now on to the back straight. Of course, no DRS just yet. We've got to wait another lap for that to happen. And the top two are only separated by half a second. Stinos is still in third place, but I've got Cali Rob closely following. If he can stay that close on lap 3, he will get the DRS, as well as Coix in second, really keeping Crossfire Strikes honest at the moment.
They're going to be really close together. He's got to hold it together through the acid and hopefully try and get the run down the back straight in sector 2. That's best opportunity to make a move, as you said earlier on, I think.
So the gap has opened up a little bit between the top two, but not enough for Crossfires to feel at all comfortable. It's coming back down now, almost back down to half a second, and we might be seeing a change of leaders towards turn 12. And DRS is open for the first time, with Mercedes having that one, and he hasn't got a lot of battery to play with. Didn't use any overtakes, so he could have got past into turn 12 if he had used it, or at least attempted to get past, as Cali Rob is very close behind. We've got a good battle between Big Weir and Vedran here. Big Weir still holding on to 10th place. A bit of contact between the two of them there. I don't think Vedran got damage. Is he going to switch it to the inside? He does think about it and does keep trying it. He might get past. No, he stays behind. Big Weir holds on for a few more corners at least, and Civi is now going to try and see if he can get past Vedran and Big Weir, but he's been able to just sit on the back of them for the moment.
They're glued together again, top 2 and 3rd and 4th, and more potential for more DRS moves, I think, down the back straight this lap as well. If they can just stay a little bit closer than they did last lap, the battle for the lead could be on.
So we have got this very, very close battle for... That is a shame. It's a shame. We only had 15 drivers. I think Transition should have maybe tried to have stuck with it for a little bit longer. It might have got a safety car. However, we're going to see if Gamer can get that first place. Crossfires holds on. Ultra defensive from the Haas driver. We go towards the midfield once again, very close between these drivers. Big Weir on the inside of Waitsy as they go side by side through turn 12 into turn 13, and Vedran now on the inside of Big Weir, and Big Weir now back again and almost makes contact with the Alpha Tauri. The Red Bull now gets through and is going to go and try and get past the sister team of the Alpha Tauri of Waitsy. Round the outside of turn 18 they go, and into turn 19 he does have the inside, but wasn't alongside enough to try and go for the overtake and move up to 9th place. It's very close in the towards the back of the field.
Yeah, it was a great move by Vedran to set that up, and now he's going to wait into turn 1 as well.
As he gets past and into 9th place, but I'm sure that battle is going to continue for a little while longer. As we're watching Coix again, and he's just saved himself a little bit of battery, but Crossfire Strikes has also been doing the same thing into greater effect as well. He's got more battery to his name at the moment to defend and potentially attack if he loses that first place, which he might do this time, and Gamer isn't using overtake. Koik's Gamer, as he tries to go around the outside again, and Crossfires holds on as Stinos and Cali Rob are going side by side. The American versus the Dutchman in his home race, of course. Cali Rob is want to score good points and hopefully get on the podium as Stinos goes into third place. A lot of wheel banging there. It was almost Villeneuve and Arnoux at Dijon homage there between the two drivers, as Koik's and Crossfire Strikes are still ever so close together. How big of an F1 fan are you, Isaac? Did you have any idea what I referenced there? Villeneuve?
Yeah, I had some idea about the reference you're making. It's a little bit before my time.
It's a bit before my time.
Fuji 2007, is it? Is more my kind of race. Was it 2008? I can't remember, but yeah, I kind of got the reference. But yeah, quite interesting. And the top two are glued together again.
See, Koik's is closer again this time. I feel like they're just trying to keep away from Stinos as Crossfires goes ultra defensive again. Koik's wasn't desperate to pick up the toe straight away, as Cali Rob is still within DRS of Stinos. And Koik's is still just holding back for the time being as Big Rear gets past Waitsy now. And he's going to want to try and bring that gap down between Vedran and himself. As Merv overtakes Chemjaz, or as he, I was going to say, or does he? He is coming to be through before the braking zone. As Kid Smoke is in the pits already, Isaac, in fact, as he's retired.
That is interesting. He was in the points. I'm not sure why that is the case. That's damn sure, but he could have stuck it out and tried to pick up some more points. Say if he has got damage, say I would really have helped him, but you know, reeling in the top two.
It's a lot closer this time around, and surely Koik's is going to go for it this time. He's never had the opportunity for that inside line though. He's always had to do it the hard way. He's still going to have to try and do it the hard way. He's still going side by side. He's now going to have the inside though for turn 13. Gets into the lead of the United States Grand Prix, but for how long? I feel like Crossfires is going to try and get that place back. Cali Rob is overtaking Stinos. He moved up into third place and really close behind now as the soft tyres are going to start dropping off now, and the mediums are going to become the prime tyre on track for the drivers who have yet to pit, as Crossfires is surely going to go for the overtake here into turn one. And now gets into the lead once again, and it's actually brought Stinos and Cali Rob into the fight for the lead now, Isaac.
Yeah, they've been catching with the medium tyres and they're heavy battling up front. Obviously they've had their own little battle going on as well, but they're in a good position now on those medium tyres that can run longer, right in the battle.
So, this battle for the lead is going to get very, very interesting. As the four of them are ever so close, as Koik's doesn't try and take back the lead. I think he probably wants to keep holding that DRS to defend. James has just got past Vedran, and Vedran is trying to fight back as they go into turn 13.
Yeah, these two are having a right ding dong in the sector last lap, and they're doing it again. Always Vedran gets a little bit out of shape, and James is back there.
So we'll go back.
By second as well now. They're so close.
Yeah, they're all ever so close, and to the leader, it's only 1.1 seconds between the top four. There is really nothing to separate them, and I'm sure the soft runners are going to really struggle now, and hopefully these four can stay together for quite some time. We've got Merv Martin, who is out of the race as well, who's also retired in the pit. As well, already down to 12 drivers in this race, and 2 of them are just retired of their own accord. As this battle is very close, the Mercedes are going to switch positions. Stinos tries to go around the outside of Coit Gamer and does so, and he's going to maybe try and go on the inside of Cali Robin. Does try and go on the inside. He's side by side as they go through turns 14 and into 15 and 16, and isn't able to get ahead of the Mercedes of Cali Rob. But it's all getting very racy between these 4 drivers. He has left Crossfire Strikes with a small amount of breathing space.
Yeah, I think the medium runners are close up on fairly quickly in the DRS with the tyres in much better condition now. But yeah, he needs to try and hold them back as long as possible, but I'm not sure how easy that's going to be for him. Probably quite difficult.
So I think I'm hearing a lot of drivers have retired because they haven't put their setups on. Not really sure if that's a good enough excuse to be retiring, even when we give them a nice reminder as well. But oh well, as we've still got some very close racing though, I must say, between Vedran, James and Big Weir. And talking about Vedran and James now moves up to 7th place, and Big Weir seemingly has just not been able to make the progression, but he has been able to keep within close tabs of these drivers as well, which has certainly helped him, as Cali Rob has now taken the lead of the Grand Prix with Crossfires into the pits. And where's this going to bring him out? Is it going to bring him out in any traffic? I don't think so. I feel like it's going to bring him out in 11th place.
He's going to be right at the back of this queue, maybe just behind Survey.
Yeah, he's going to be right at the back of the queue. So actually for Cali Robin Stinovs, going on the mediums was probably the best call here, because they can go a little bit longer and try and stay away from this this traffic. And to be fair, Isaac, we haven't had to see Stinovs really fight for first place very much this season. He seems to get pole or close to it, gets into the lead in the first couple of laps, and then moves on to take the win as he's on the inside of Cali Rob there. They were ever so close together. There was a bit of a tail wiggle there from the Mercedes as he's trying to go round the outside of Cali Rob. He leaves him just enough space on the outside, and Calirob maintains first place, and Vedran and James are still squabbling over that 6th place. To be fair, Zayek as well is been super consistent actually in keeping behind Apex Finley, and it's just brought them into play with Koiks as well, who seems to have dropped off the pace massively now. Isaac.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He does seem to have dropped the pace massively, and you're right, that's he usually just, if he's won this season, he's got into the lead early and been able to cruise to victory in some of his races, so it's really fun to see him battling for the lead here, and as the champion he can take a couple more risks, I think, than he could have before, because he knows he's got it in the bag. But I've noticed Crossfire, he's already got past the V, and he's over the back of Waitsy now, he's making his way through the field, and all this battling up front's really helping him out.
Yeah, well, as I said, it's a shame we haven't had so many drivers turn today, but at least we're having some really close, some of the closest racing of the season actually, as we go on to, as we're on lap 12. It's super
totally.
close.
Yeah, I agree. It's the nicest coming on Calirob here.
And he does eventually take over the lead. Does the champion. As Apex now gets past Koiks. And I'm sure Gamer is going to, Zayek is going to be eager to do the same thing, as he still has quite strong pace on these soft tyres, but of course I think he had a fresh set where Koiks did not, so he is going to have a slight advantage over the Mercedes driver. Is he going to try and go around the outside at turn 19? Surely not. No, thinks better of it, but gets the switchback at turn 19 as they both go into the pit lane. That was a very, very nice bit of racecraft there from Zayek.
Yeah, he got the cutback. It was a great move, and then they just came into the pit. We'll see him in the pit race off pit lane, but I think
we'll keep an eye on
he
this
should be able to
pit
hold
lane
it.
battle, and he just get ahead. There's loads of dust kicked up in the pit lane there for some reason. As we see Waitsy in as well, and Civi is, wow, but he's got his teammate ahead of him. That is not good for the AlphaTauris. And now we're going to see what happens after these pit stops. As we've got Kenjaz, who's now...
That's in the pits again, I think.
It's a shame, down to 11 drivers, not even at half race distance. We've still got this quite close battle in the midfield. Vidrana's just slightly pulled away.
Yeah, and Crossfire's pulling his way through the field. He's up to 6th now, with some drivers have pitted, which is going to help him out a bit, but he's going to, when they pit, he's going to come out in the lead. It's just, can he hold back the soft tyres at the end? They're going to have a big pace advantage, certainly.
0.3 of a second between the top two. Stinos has not been able to get away. Keep an eye on Crossfire strikes. And of course Koiks Gamer as well, who were at the front of the pack, but I think Koiks now is dropped back quite a bit, so I think it's really a top 3 fight as it stands, and Crossfire is certainly going to have a lot of hard work ahead of him, with these top 2 being able to just go a little bit longer and hopefully won't have such a difficulty overtaking cars, or potentially won't even really have to do that kind of work. But I think Crossfire Strikes has certainly gone for a 2-stop here.
Yeah, if he has the on-braking stuff, he's putting a lot of pace in it. This could work out. He's currently lapping nearly just a second faster than the others up front, so he is closing in the gap, and maybe a two-stop could work out.
Zayek is staying ahead of Coix as he tried to get past him, and so Zayek's had some good pace as well. I think they may be able to stretch it to a one-stop. So, as we've had Apex out as well now, and that might be a safety car, and it is a safety car. That's a shame for people like that's a shame for people like Kem. However, you know, seeing as it's he's obviously just retired because he thinks he's not going to be able to get back into the race, and that's a shame for him. But this is good anyway. This is good for us. We've unfortunately only got 10 drivers left, but we've got less than half distance, and they're all going to be bunched up again. It was very close beforehand, before all the pit stops came into play, but that's worked out so well for Cali Rob and Stinos.
No, it has as well, because they only exit onto the softs at almost the right time. They should just be able to stretch them on lighter fuel load, and it should just about work out. So fully expect them to do that, and potentially everyone going in for soft tyres now.
So yeah, we'll see Crossfire's coming in. Is he going to go? Most Crossfires have just gone to another set of mediums now, to the end.
That would mix it up certainly. I think he could do that, we'll see.
As we have seen, do the softs do... Oh no, he's going on to the softs. Okay, maybe the softs last a little bit longer than I originally thought. I think a lot of drivers go on to the softs to the end of the race, as well as Coix as well. I think he's going on to the softs, and Civi's coming around the final corner.
Yeah, and his Zayek stayed out on the mediums. That'd be interesting to see what he can do on them.
So, we have got a short wait now till we get this race restarted. Got to wait for the drivers to all catch up to the pack. I presume we're going to have at least 2 laps of this safety car. And Stinos has also got himself a penalty as well. I'll have a quick look at the penalties. So we have 6 drivers with penalties, 3 of them with 6 seconds, 3 of them with 3-second penalties. So that's going to make it certainly interesting at the end, seeing where drivers come. Stinos has got himself a penalty, which is a rarity from him, I must admit. It's and Zayek as well, who has stayed out 2-lap old mediums, and he's took the track position. It might have... I think he's took a decent gamble there.
No, I agree. Yeah.
He as long as he can just try and keep with the soft runners for as long as he can, maybe with 3 or 4 laps to go, he will be the. And we've got Waitsy's Civi as well, both gone on to the mediums as well. That's interesting.
Yeah, they've maybe I think they shouldn't. They're just trying to mix it up because everyone else on the softs. Maybe they're having the softs will go off quicker than expected, but we'll really have to wait and see what happens.
So we come across the line. Waitsy's in the pits. He's changed his mind. He's changed his mind about the medium tyres. He's going to go onto the soft tyres, and actually his tyres are now going to be 1 lap fresher than everyone else's, and he's only lost 1 position. Am I right? Did he just lose position then? I think he was
Yeah, just
Sibian.
just his teammate that he's lost position to.
Yeah, so that's kind of the beauty being in the sort of final few positions, because you can just take that risk as well, or if you feel like you've made a mistake with your strategy, you can just pit and just lose a couple of places, but it might really pay off when the race resumes, which I'm presuming it now will do at the end of this lap.
Yeah, it's looking like it should at the end of this lap. Everyone's bunched together, so there's about 11 laps to go, I think. So we'll
Yeah,
see
11 laps.
And if they manage to soft swell under the safety car, they should be able to go from the end from there. I think on heavy fuel that was just out possible, so on low fuel that should be easily possible, and hopefully they don't lose too much performance at the end as those on the soft.
So we've got Zayek in 3rd place on the medium tyres, as well as Sibiru, the only 2 on medium tyres. Everyone else is on softs. Everyone is warming up their tyres because they all know it's going to get underway at the end of this lap. We should see the lights go out just about now. There we go. As it's almost like magic. As we get to start setting the pace now for the rest of this safety car. So he gets us restarted. As you said, for the drivers anyway, the gloves are off now in the championship.
It's all over in the drivers' championship certainly. So they can all go for
it. They really can. So we've got 11 laps remaining. Stinos is nicely setting the pace. He can pretty much go whenever he wants now. The safety car is in the pit lane, and he can get this back underway, and he does just before the penultimate corner. He didn't catch Cali Rob off guard, nor Zayek actually. They all got away really rather well, and they're all very, very close to each other as we come around the final corner. As Crossfires is on the inside of Vedran as we go into turn 1. As Vedran brakes later, tries to hold it round the outside, is still trying to hold it round the outside. We'll have the inside for turn 2. But has to give up the position to Crossfires, who is now going to hopefully, for his best result, is going to make short work of Zayek as we come around the kink of turn 10 into turn 11 now, as you brake at about 70 metres and gets ahead of them as well, so he's going to try and catch up to the top 2. As I said, it's Zayek. He's just got to try and hold on for as long as he possibly can, because I think Vedran is now going to go for this overtake on the inside of his teammate, and does do that, moves himself up into 4th place. So Zayek is moving down, but he doesn't want to move down too many more positions, or at very least doesn't want to drop off this pack.
Yeah, Crossfire's got another penalty there. I was about to say he's trying to close in on the top 2. He can't afford to let them get away and get the DRS on each other, otherwise they'll be gone.
Yeah, as we go on to lap 19, we've got 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. We've got 10 drivers left in the Grand Prix. We've got James, Zayek and Big Weir all very close to each other. I do feel for the first few laps Zayek is going to be a bit of a sitting duck. And it really is looking that way. We haven't got DRS just yet, it will be on the next lap. But he's certainly struggling on those medium tyres compared to all these brand new softs.
Yeah, he just hasn't. The soft tyres got too much of an advantage right now. He just try and hold on as still. It's finding it very difficult.
Oh, as as they're very close together, the three of them. Big Weir was looking on the inside of Zayek there as James has got past. And that gap is increasing between the top two and third place of Crossfire Strikes. It was 1.6 seconds on the last lap. At this point of the lap, it's now 2.6 seconds as we come around turns 17 and 18. As Big Ray gets a penalty.
Yeah, he's trying to go for the middle on Zayek because he got the final for him, but didn't get it pulled off. And now he's going for it into turn one, but yeah, a lot of drivers with penalties. It's a very, very easy one to get penalties out, especially in the S's.
So, Big Weir is now overtaking Zayek. Zayek is going to hope now that his mediums are just going to start creeping in and becoming more of a equal match to the softs. But he's now got the problem of Coix and Waitsy behind him as well, as there is a yellow flag. Not sure who that was for. It might be Civi. I think it was for Civi. As the gap has increased by another second now, and the top two, the top two might change their positions. As Cali Rob is on the inside, and Stinos is still alongside him as we go into turn 13. And the inside is now, at the outside becomes the inside for Cali Rob, and he moves into first place. He doesn't get the best of exits out of turn 16, but does take the lead of the United States Grand Prix at his home Grand Prix.
Yeah, and that lack of penalty is really going to help him out anyway. Still has to have to pull 3 second gap if he doesn't get another warning, so yeah.
Yeah, so Stinos really does need to try and break that the DRS detection, really break that 1 second gap, and to have any chance of winning this this race. Strand's so close to that DRS window of James ahead. Stinos now moves back up into the lead. And there's fights going on in the background, however, between Big Weir, Vedran and Coix. And Big Weir moves up into 5th place. Now Stinos gets past Cali Rob. It's so close between the top two as we come around turn 19. I feel like these two could change positions every lap as we go on to lap 22.
Yeah, and they're pulling massively away from Crossfire in third, so yeah.
Go on, sorry.
Just a bit of a 2-horse race currently at the moment.
It certainly is, but realistically, as it stands, it's only a 1-horse race, as Stinos does have that penalty. If I was Stinos, maybe I have done it a few times. If I've got a penalty, maybe to try and whoever you're racing against, if it is like a two-way fight for a position, maybe you actually sit behind them even with your penalty if it's getting too close towards the end, and just try and force them into getting a penalty just by keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, I think he's trying to break the DRS because he was close on that lap actually. He had it down to 9/10, so now it's come back down with the DRS, but he needs to keep trying to do that.
As we see Coix defending from Waitsy, and is able to defend well enough to hold on to that position. Always Waitsy almost lost it there out of turn 13.
Just look at the warning situation, see how many warnings they've got. So 1 for Cali Rob, and 4 total for Spinos, so they're both 2 away from another penalty at the moment, I think.
I'm just really interested in this battle for the lead. As they've been so close together this entire race. And James has now got within DRS of Crossfire's ahead. It does look like this could turn into a, depending on their penalties, we're seeing Cali Rob and Stinos going side by side with each other there. They're very, very close together. These two have been changing the first place position between each other for the last 4 or 5 laps.
That medium tyre gamble, if I can see, hasn't worked out. They've slid back down the order. Unless they can make up a couple of positions back, still kind of on the back of a train. If the mediums start to come into their own now, and they may just be starting to get to the crossover points, but it's going to be difficult for them.
James is now 3 tenths behind Crossfire Strikes. And unfortunately, Big Rear is just starting to drop back a little bit from James. 2 tenths between the top 2. Maybe Stinos is taking my advice here, just trying to force him into a mistake here. We've got James and Crossfire's in the background fighting for that 3rd place as well. As Cali's trying to break the toe a little bit. Stinos is going to go on the inside this time. Looks like he's got the position back before the braking zone, or the apex of the corner at the very least, as James and Crossfire Strikes going side by side through turn 13. They go now, and James moves himself up into 3rd place, or does he? Because Crossfires is fighting back. They make contact, and James, they are going to go side by side now through turn 17 and 18, as Crossfires now has the inside for turn 19, and they're still side by side. It looks like he's just got ahead for turn 20. He has, but James is going to have the DRS surely. No, I don't think either of them got it actually, for some reason.
That is strange.
That was a brilliant racecraft between the two of them.
Yeah, I don't know the detection point is it just before they entered the last corner? Maybe they were exactly side by side.
I think it's probably a little bit too close to call for the game, I have to admit.
And Waits is actually looking to be in a good position here, because 3rd, 4th and 5th have all got 9 seconds of penalties and he's only got 3.
As James goes past once again. They had that great duel the last lap. We'll go back to the penalties. So yeah, James and Crossfires and Big Rear have all got 9 seconds. Waitsy's got 3. Waitsy's looking in a really good position here. Potentially, he could get on the podium.
Yeah, no. It's been a good drive for him to keep it pretty clean and only get 3 seconds, obviously. there are 3 drivers without a penalty at all. So yeah, and it's been a good.
Go on. Sorry.
Nah, it's been a good. It's been a good drive by James as well. Up 10 places.
I was just going to say, it's just a shame for Zayek, to be fair, that he did take that gamble that doesn't look like it's going to have paid off. He's just dropped too far back because he didn't have any time penalties. He would have potentially been in a really strong position. Vedran retiring from the race. As James is spun and is now down in 8th place. One thing I was really confused about Vedran, he was going to get himself some points.
Yeah, and of course it's 90% rule, isn't it? So he won't even be classified. No, he might actually be close, but I don't think he will because it was the start half. There's 3 laps still to go, and you have to get to 30 laps for that. So I don't think he'll be classified. Let's wait and see.
As Big Weir moves up into 3rd place, only but a moment, as Crossfires is fighting back. They're going side by side through turn 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 now as we go into long turn 17 and 18. As we go on to the penultimate lap, as Crossfires comes around turn 20. So it looks like we've definitely got a fight for 3rd place towards the end of this race, but is that just going to be taken away by Waitsy? Not too sure. James is round again into the wall. Thing is, if he does pit now, he'll get himself some points.
And he could go fast lap as well.
Yeah, exactly. So he could still get himself 3 points. Just puts a new set of softs on, tries to go for the fastest lap. His colleagues trying to get past Waitsy. As Zayek, Zayek might be able to get 3rd here actually. As Harry's just working that out there.
Yeah, I think it's right. Potentially, it's be very tight because
I think he will. At the moment, he will.
Yeah, because he's 2.2 or no, he's 1.19 off Waitsy. Sorry, so yeah,
those mediums have now just started.
He's got to keep it clean, but yeah, you're right. I think he'd already get a podium at Belgium, but he might wait, but he might even get one today.
Yeah, seeing
he's only warning away though. He's got to be careful.
You're seeing his Waitsy and Coix dueling as well for this 5th place. He's been able to catch up, and surely now on the final lap, those mediums are the best tyre now. For sure, they will be the best tyre.
He's just got to avoid a penalty because he's the only one warning away, and one mistake and Waitsy will have the same penalty as him and be in front.
He's taken the S's rather well, and that's one of the places where the place you're most likely to get a penalty on this circuit. Cali Rob as well can't afford to really make a mistake. I'm sure Stenos will want to take the lead just in case he does get a penalty, because that would change everything. But it's looking like Cali Rob is going to win the Grand Prix. Is Big Weir and Crossfire Strikes are still fighting for 3rd. I wonder if they think they're going to get it, because they don't know that neither of them can see Zayek on their own personal standings. You can only see 2 drivers behind you. Zayek has now got within 1 second of Waitsy. I think Zayek's going to get this. I think Zayek is going to get a podium. He's going to get 3rd place. We'll find out in a moment as Stenos comes around the final corner to take the checkered flag, but he isn't going to take the win. Cali Rob takes the win in his home Grand Prix. Now Crossfires crosses the line ahead of Big Weir to take 3rd place, but only for a moment, as Koix comes across the line, as Waitsy comes across the line, as Zayek comes across the line. He ran out of fuel at the very end, and he wasn't able to take it by half by half a tenth, just under half a tenth. He lost out on a podium. Waitsy takes the 3rd place. You couldn't make that up.
You really couldn't. He's gonna be regretting not putting a tiny bit more
He's just put in the
car.
comments, no way, I hate my life. Harry Bosworth is laughing in the chat. I'm sorry. So, sorry. I'll keep it together. As no more comments, Harry, please. As Zayek does take the driver of the day, but I don't think he feels like the driver of the day. How did that happen? In the final corner, he was just crawling to the line. He would have got 3rd place, but it wasn't to be. And so, Cali Rob, in his home race, takes the win for the United States Grand Prix. Stinos, our new champion, takes 2nd place with the fastest lap as well. 3rd place is Waitsy. 4th is Zayek. Crossfire Strikes is 5th. 6th is Big Weir. 7th is Koik Gamer. 8th is Siviru. 9th is James. Fadran was 10th. Sorry. Oh, it has classed Fadran. It has classed Fadran, Isaac, actually. So
yeah,
he's,
just enough distance. He's going to get points for that.
He is going to get a point. So, Apex Finney is in 11th. Chemjazz was 12th. 13th was Merv Martin. 14th was Kid Smoke. And 15th was Trunders. 11 to 15 all did not finish this Grand Prix. So, thanks very much for tuning in to watch Monday's Limitless One. Apologies for the lack of drivers today. We're going to have a good amount, hopefully, for tomorrow. I think we've got 17 or 18 at least confirmed so far, with a few people yet to react to a full time. And tomorrow night is going to be the Singapore Grand Prix. For Tuesday, we've got a triple header of being under the lights now for the final 3 races of the season. And apologies as well, by the way, should have said this at the start, for the lack of LSR streams last weekend. There was an issue with getting onto the channel, so if you have been watching those, just go and check it out on the Lightning Speed Racing channel that they have themselves, if you want to go check those out. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you next week for the penultimate round of the season, and that is going to be the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix for round 19, and we'll look forward to. Oh no, sorry, it's not the yes. I've as I said, I've had a long day today. We'll actually tell you what it is. No, sorry, it's the Mexico Grand Prix. That's it, and then we'll finish in Brazil. So yeah, we'll be back next week in Mexico. As I said, thank you very much for watching. Please keep liking the videos and subscribing if you can. That would be very much appreciated. Thank you for joining me, Isaac, for today. Look forward to hearing you on Thursdays this week and racing with you tomorrow. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night with Kem and Big Rear as always. So we'll see you then.